Like, I needed help with maintenance. I needed more help with food. And I wasn't getting answers from my doctor on how I was feeling tired and just overall not good. So I was looking for a way of having tests done that the doctor couldn't traditionally do. I had previously lost weight using another program, and had maintained it for a while, but I had noticed even after working out 5 days a week that my weight was slowly going up and it just kept creeping and creeping. And I couldn't figure out why. And I was looking more for a holistic approach versus in a lifestyle change that's sustainable versus the next fad diet. And I needed to learn more about myself. So when I started, I was eating everything. I hadn't restricted anything. I had an open diet. I always thought of myself as having an iron stomach. Nothing really seemed to bother me until I realized that I had actually had lots of issues. So I do highly recommend doing the test. It definitely streamlines the process and it answers a lot of questions, like I said, that you can't get from the doctor's office because of insurance and so forth. But for me, the biggest thing was learning those things. And then once removing those foods, and it was hard doing the AIP for the 90 days. It was definitely hard. But then when you start to see the results, and for me personally, it wasn't the scale. I started to see inches come off, which really just goes to show how inflamed you are when when you're not losing weight, but you're losing inches and you're really just following a diet that's just whole foods. Um, and for me, it also put into perspective what whole foods really is. Your meat, your vegetables, and your fruits, really nothing processed. Not that you can't have those, but it's in moderation. But it really amplified that for me, that's where it's like that's where I need to stay. I need to stay within those whole foods if I want to feel good. And it's like now I've gotten to the point where I'm addicted to feeling good. I don't want to feel lethargic or tired. Like I want to get up and get moving, and finish the day moving. So that's probably been the biggest thing, is really just feeling better, like overall better. My joints don't hurt. um I can lift heavier when I want to, but I've also learned how to walk on days that I need to. But overall, just feeling so much, I mean, like really feeling so much better. Very enjoyable. The conversations, you create a friendship. It's more than just a working partnership. It's a friendship. It's nice to have someone to bounce ideas off of. Like if you see something new, something to ask. Is this the right approach for me? My first breakthrough was after completing the 90 days of doing the AIP. It was definitely difficult, but totally doable. And I'm glad I stuck with it because I felt so much better and I still feel better, even though I've incorporated some of those foods back into my diet. But now I know that it's like, oh, maybe I've had too much dairy or I've had too much of something and I know to take it out for a little bit. Doesn't mean that I can't have it. It's just my limitations on what I can tolerate. I've really learned how to listen to my body when I need to take a rest, when I can push myself harder, even knowing with the foods. Like I'm eating foods that I wasn't eating prior to that now I've introduced and I've actually love and it makes me feel better. And I think all in all, with everything together, that's what's made it better. I would say don't wait. It's a big investment, but it's your life. And that's a huge investment. So for me, I would say don't wait. It's the best thing I've ever done. And I don't regret any of it. I've learned so much. I feel so much better. And you're not going to find it at a doctor's office.